What's going on, everyone? So, from season 4, officially finished wrapping up, and now it's just kind of the waiting game, right? When are we going to actually get the film? Um, you know, filming is done, it's wrapped up, but now we actually got to get the series and we got to get the release, and it is still expected to come out in early 2026. Now, early doesn't necessarily mean like January, just kind of like first quarter of 2026. So basically between now and March, April, hopefully, ideally. Again, we don't have an official release date, but we kind of have an idea of like a bit of a timeline. I do have my concerns as far as, did they kind of let the fire burn down here a little bit? Right, you had a lot of buildup, a lot of excitement, a lot of just like, it really felt like From was gaining some momentum. Excellent into season 4, and it's just like it got us all excited, and it's like, okay, cool. Into season 3, correction. And it's like, okay, season 4, here we go. Let's rock it here a little bit, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not releasing it within a year. We're releasing it in probably a year and a half. And it's one of those things, you lose your momentum. And people mention Netflix and all that stuff, and, Stranger Things as like an example for a hiatus. But again, Netflix is a much bigger platform than MGM Plus. And Stranger Things is just a bigger IP, right? And it's been around longer and all that stuff. So again, it's a little different. But some good marketing, some good execution, right? Like you could all of a sudden generate some buzz. You need to kind of get the word out there. So the trailer, right? I think, I don't, obviously when you're talking about a little trailer or a little teaser for a show or a movie or anything, you never want the Cliff Note versions, right? You never want the, like, oh, hey, here's essentially all the greatest hits from it, right? You don't have to give us anything crazy, right? Just a nice little, even it could be 45 seconds, little teaser of like, hey, here's, the upcoming season, your tagline. Because one of the things that the showrunner said is like, we're supposed to get a lot of details and basically the overall story, it seems like. But basically, just because doesn't mean it makes things easier. Right? Just because doesn't mean that you're going to be able to get out. Like, that would be like a great tagline. Like, there's so many things that they could do to get creative and how they approach it and all that stuff, right? Like, so it's really up to them and just how do they go about this and execute this, right? We as fans, we as the diehards, right? We don't need much to get excited. I say this all the time for a lot of the different IPs and stuff that I talk about, right? Scream, From all these various platforms, right? Us watching, videos like myself and other content creators and reading the news when it comes out in the details and trying to get every little thing. We're the minority, right? Most people just kind of like, oh, hey, this looks interesting, or you get the word of mouth, especially with the show. Now, shows and movies are very different because, you have to actually physically go to that place or wait for it to come out, or where this is just, straight to streaming, so people kind of get direct injection to it. So, but I really hope that, and it would make sense that we would see a trailer. And again, this is just my guess. I don't know. It's just kind of, an educated guess just based on, okay, if this film is coming, or this series is coming out or expected to come out in, first quarter. So let's say at the latest March or April, we're, by the time this ended up finishing mid-November, it's going to take at least a month for you to kind of get your little teaser and stuff together. I would guess January, maybe like mid to late January. I could see like it. I also think it depends on how many little teasers do you want to do. Do you want to kind of really generate the buzz and the marketing train and stuff like that, and kind of get people, from season 4 back on the radar type thing? If that's the case, then you probably want to do at least 2. So maybe we get one early January, and then let's say it comes out in April, you get the other one in like early March, right? I would love, in a perfect world, you get something late December, like right around the time for Christmas. Like, hey, Merry Christmas! Here's a little trailer and teaser from season 4. Like, that would be fantastic. But realistically speaking, I imagine that they'll probably take their time with everything. So I think mid to late January, I think, is probably a safe bet. You're talking 2 months from now. Maybe like super early February, especially if they're going to release it in like April. My guess is it probably comes out sometime in March, right? So you get through the shortened month, you get through the new year, you get through kind of like, okay, now we're in month 3. Here we go. And you start kind of doing the marketing and build up and all that stuff. And then here's the actual series, and now you're good, right? That's me kind of being hopeful. But the next step is that, right? Next step is a teaser or trailer, right? Because we finished filming. Now it's just, okay, what's the next? The next step in the process, and that's, hey, here's a trailer, here's a little teaser, here's something to kind of get you excited. Now, I say it all the time, right? Like, let the free marketing run itself. You release a teaser, you release a trailer, you do those things, right? Like, channels like myself, all the others that talk about this, all the people. I mean, how did it generate a buzz on Epics and then MGM Plus and all that stuff, right? Because it was really good. I'm a big believer of, like, if you build it, they will come type thing, right? Like, you make a really good show, it'll find its audience. You make a really good movie, it'll find its audience. Like the show, you do what you're supposed to do, but you also don't want to, when you find your audience, make them wait a ridiculously long time for something that you already had plans and prepared for. They already told us we were getting at least 5 seasons. So this isn't even the last season. So you knew what the deal was, you knew what the plan was, and yet you were just so far behind the 8 ball. I hope they do a better job. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you want to see this? Are you excited for this? Do you think we'll get a teaser or a trailer in the next month and a half, 2 months? How you feel, by the way? Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me not. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.